Imagine two people living completely different lifestyles. Aiden is an introvert who finds joy in quiet mornings, long walks with his headphones on, and evenings spent reading or thinking. Maya is an extrovert who thrives among friends, loves spontaneous plans, and finds the world most exciting when surrounded by people. Both of them wake up on a Sunday morning hoping to have a happy day, but the way they achieve that happiness couldn't be more different. And this difference leads many people to ask a big question. Who is actually happier, introverts or extroverts? Today's video explores that question in a way you may not expect, because the answer is not simple and definitely not what most people believe. Before we go deeper, we need to clear up one common misunderstanding. People often assume introverts are shy, quiet, or socially awkward, and extroverts are loud, confident, and outgoing. But personality science says something different. Introversion and extroversion are not about confidence at all. They're about energy. Introverts recharge when they're alone, while extroverts recharge through social interaction. That's it. An introvert can deliver an amazing speech to a huge audience. An extrovert can enjoy sitting alone with a book for hours. So when we compare their happiness, we're not comparing who is louder or quieter. We're comparing two totally different energy systems and how they influence emotional well-being. If we step inside the mind of an introvert, their happiness looks peaceful, gentle, and deep. Introverts often feel happiest when they engage in meaningful conversations, quiet personal hobbies, long moments of reflection, or time spent close to nature. They love stability, routine, and emotional depth. Their happiness doesn't come in loud fireworks. It's more like a slow-burning candle. Introverts often experience long-lasting contentment, strong self-awareness, and the ability to deeply enjoy their own company. But they also face their own challenges. Overthinking can drain them. Large social gatherings may exhaust them, and society sometimes pressures them to act more sociable, which can make them feel misunderstood. Still, introverts can be incredibly happy when their life aligns with their natural rhythm. Now, let's step into the extrovert's world. For extroverts, happiness is high energy, dynamic, and expressive. They feel most alive during group activities, adventures, spontaneous plans, and environments full of movement and conversation. Their joy comes from connection. Whether it's meeting new people or spending time with friends, extroverts gather happiness from outside themselves and reflect it back with enthusiasm. Being around others boosts their confidence and motivation. But extroverts have their own struggles too. They may feel lonely or restless when alone, fear missing out on social events, or struggle to slow down. Their happiness often relies on external stimulation, which means that when life becomes quiet, they may feel emotionally flat. But again, extroverts can be incredibly happy when they get the social nourishment they need. So what does the science say? Interestingly, research shows that extroverts often report higher levels of moment-to-moment happiness, because social engagement can create quick boosts of dopamine. Meanwhile, introverts tend to report higher levels of long-term life satisfaction, inner peace, and emotional depth. In other words, extroverts often feel happiness quickly, and introverts feel happiness deeply. But here is a surprising twist. Neither personality type is inherently happier. The real factor behind happiness is not introversion or extroversion at all. It is authenticity. Psychologists say that people who live according to their natural energy patterns experience far more happiness than those who try to force themselves into a lifestyle that doesn't fit. Think about it. An introvert who constantly pushes themselves into large crowds, loud offices, and non-stop social events will quickly burn out and feel like something is wrong with them. An extrovert who is forced to stay alone, work in isolation, or avoid social environments will feel drained, unmotivated, and trapped inside their own thoughts. They are not unhappy because of their personality. They are unhappy because they're living in a way that goes against their personality. Happiness drops when we stop honoring who we truly are. That's why the happiest people are not the most outgoing or the quietest. They're the ones who embrace their natural selves. Here's another interesting truth. Most people are not purely introverted or purely extroverted. In fact, the majority of humans fall somewhere in between. This middle ground is known as being an ambivert. Ambiverts are flexible. They can enjoy social events, but they also need alone time. They can talk, laugh, and be expressive, but they can also spend hours quietly working on personal projects. Their happiness comes from balance. When they socialize too much, they feel drained. When they isolate too long, they feel restless. Ambiverts experience the strengths of both sides and the weakness of both as well. But they have one major advantage. They can adapt their lifestyle to whatever makes them feel happiest at the moment. To understand happiness even better, let's look at real-life examples. Imagine a happy introvert working from home, spending evenings painting or reading, and meeting close friends once or twice a week. Their life feels stable, peaceful, and deeply satisfying. Now imagine a happy extrovert working in a lively office, laughing with coworkers, planning weekend trips, and maintaining a large, supportive social circle. Their life feels energetic, fulfilling, and emotionally rich. Now let's flip the situation. Picture an introvert forced into a loud office environment with constant meetings and no personal space. They will feel overwhelmed, exhausted, and emotionally drained. And picture an extrovert stuck in a quiet work-from-home job with no interaction. They will feel lonely, bored, and disconnected. These examples show that personality doesn't create happiness. The alignment between personality and lifestyle does. So, how can someone become happier based on their personality? If you're an introvert, you'll thrive when you protect your alone time, choose meaningful connections instead of many connections, and engage in activities that allow creativity and peace. Don't feel guilty for saying no, and don't force yourself into environments that overwhelm you. If you're an extrovert, you'll feel happiest when you stay socially active, build strong communities around yourself, and choose environments where communication and teamwork matter. Avoid long periods of isolation, and keep your days filled with interaction and movement. And if you're an ambivert, listen closely to your energy. Some days you may feel introverted, some days extroverted. Allow yourself to shift freely without judging yourself. So, after all this, who is actually happier, introverts or extroverts? The surprising answer is neither. Neither personality automatically leads to more happiness. The happiest people in the world are the ones who understand their personality and live according to it. When you stop pretending to be someone you're not, and when you begin to honor your natural way of recharging, connecting, and finding joy, happiness becomes effortless. It doesn't matter whether you're loud or quiet, social or solitary, energetic or calm. What matters is that you accept yourself completely. So now I want to know, are you an introvert, an extrovert, or an ambivert? And what does happiness look like for you? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video and want more deep, thought-provoking content, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for watching, and remember, happiness isn't about being loud or quiet. It's about being you.